Okay, I thought today we would go ahead and take a quick look at this mystery computer. This computer was upstairs in my grandma's office under her desk with a bunch of stuff piled around it. I forgot about this computer. I remember her using it years and years and years ago. I don't know the name of it. I don't know what the brand of it is. I know nothing about this. Uh, if I was to guess, this computer is probably from the early 90s. I would say this is probably either a 386 or a 486. And judging by the old floppy disk drive up there, I would tend to think that it's about that age. Also, the LED display, the turbo button, the reset button, and the keyed lock here. Those are pretty much indications of a computer from the early 90s. So I thought what we would do is take a quick look at the front here. We'll take a quick look at the back, and then I'll crack the case open and we'll take a look at the inside just to see if we can determine what kind of computer this is. So, like I said, the turbo button was on almost every early 90s computer, just made the processor run just a little bit faster. Not much. Reset button, you would just push that and the whole system would reboot. And of course, it has a key lock, and you could lock the computer from other users. I would guess that's what that is. I don't have a lot of experience with that, so I don't know. So anyway, let's take a quick look at the back. Okay, here's a quick look at the back. I'm not sure why that has a male and female power cord. I don't know. Looks like a really dirty little fan. I'm guessing there is some type of... What is that? That's a very odd connector. Okay. So I don't know what that is. There's some old input outputs. I'm not real sure what that is. That looks like an old modem of some type. And I'm thinking that's some sort of video card, an early video card. I'll have to see if my monitor will plug into that. We'll have to check that here in a minute. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to the back of this. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to hook a keyboard up to this thing. I don't, well, unless maybe that's what this is right here. Maybe that's where a keyboard can go. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what that little jack is. Put some light in there here. Yeah, I don't know what that even is. Okay. So let's go ahead and crack the case open, and let's take a look and see what's in there. Okay, here is the inside of this computer. Oh, wow. Well, I can tell you one thing, it needs a good cleaning. Wow, look at the ribbon cables. Wow, they're just... There's more wires than anything in this thing. What is that? What does that say? Yeah, it's hard to read that. I can't read it. I can't tell. It doesn't look like that capacitor is any good. Wow. There's the riser cards. What is that, little teeny tiny speaker right there? Sure looks like one. Okay, well, there's some type of hard disk. I don't know what size it is, but it's a Western Digital. Interesting. And the floppy's unplugged. Wonder why. So it's got the 5 1/4 floppy up there, and then it's got the 3 1/2 floppy down here. But I wonder why that's unplugged. Maybe it doesn't work. Okay, I'm just looking at this chip back here, and it's hard for it to focus on the camera, but this is a 386 computer. So this computer is probably from 1990 or 1991, the way it looks. Possibly 92, but I think 92 is when the 486s started becoming popular. So, boy, I don't know if I want to try to attempt to turn this thing on or not. Not real sure. But I think what I'll do is I'll clean it out real quick with some compressed air. And I'm going to see maybe if I can get a keyboard to connect to it. So hang on and I'll be right back. Okay, so I decided to turn it on. I gave it a real good thorough cleaning. Cleaned out the PSU, blew some compressed air in a can through all this. This thing was very dusty. You can see it's up and running. See, even the turbo is working. And I think this means that it's running at 20 megahertz. I could be wrong on that, but that would be my guess. So unfortunately, I was not able to hook a keyboard to this, but I was able to hook a monitor to it. I really thought this right here was a be a little closer on it. I really thought that was a PS2 port for a keyboard, but it sure isn't. I can't get my old PS2 keyboard to plug into that. So anyway, I was able to get this to come up. Turn my light off here. So it says the keyboard is locked. I'm wondering if the key lock on the front of the computer is active. I can't press F1 because I have no way to hook a keyboard to it. So if I was to guess, I guess the manufacturer of this computer is American Megatrends. And I was right. 92. I said early 90s, so 91, 92. So, anyway, kind of an interesting little thing I found when I was rooting through this thing. Right there is the speaker, the system speaker, and it's a pretty good. It's an actual speaker. It's not a little tiny speaker. It's a speaker, and also up here, right up here, right there is It's a separate board with just all that is jumpers. I've never seen that before. I've played with a lot of computers, but I've never seen an entire board just full of jumpers. Quite interesting. So anyway, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do anything with this because I don't have a keyboard for it. And I think this is way too old to have a mouse. So, but regardless, I have no way to hook either to it. And this is way too old for USB, obviously. So, I really would like to know what size that hard drive is, but I'm not taking the computer apart to get that out. Since this is an early 90s computer, that has to be a small hard drive. I mean, we're talking probably a couple hundred megabytes, maybe less than that. Maybe like 80 megabyte, roughly. I don't know. So anyway, that is going to conclude this video. I just wish we could have got into this thing a little more. So anyway, if you like my content, go ahead and click subscribe. Or if you want, you can leave a comment or do both. And as always, thank you for watching.